right. Coming off today, off the scrimmage, really tried to push some more situational work. Today was a day, we've got to be better. Just being blunt about it. I thought there was some good flash moments, just not the consistency of what I want to see. And midway point of spring practice, they've had a great 7 days, leading up. But today was not to the standard start to finish that I want to see. And so challenge the guys. We had an opportunity to respond to that, and something we have to respond to. But all in all, I thought there was some positive moments, but just as a big picture approach, we have to be better.
Coach, that call coming off the scrimmage to have a practice like this?
Yeah, common. And that's the message to the team. There's plenty of common things that can go on, but is that what you desire to be? Do you want to be like most programs? Do you want to be like what the human nature desires you to do? And it's to be comfortable. Let's just go through it. I don't want that. I'm not into that. I want a different standard of how we need to operate and what we need to do, and we have to make the choice to get that done. Not everybody. I thought there were some, like I said, there were good moments in practice, there were good periods, but start to finish, be uncommon. Go do something different. And I don't know if I know we did not do that to the level that I wanted to.
Early on, when you were pushing the tempo and encouraging guys to go faster between reps, was that planned or is that reaction to how?
Coming out of scrimmage, that's one thing that we have to do. We have to push the tempo. We have to, I was pleased coming out of the scrimmage of what our guys know. There was not disruptive in the scrimmage. Guys were getting lined up. Guys know what to do. It was one of probably the better scrimmages that I've been around, especially with the number of newcomers, where guys were where they were supposed to be. Details, fundamentals, that has to continue to improve. But now that you know where you're supposed to be, what you're supposed to do, now go do it faster, be it more efficient. And that is the challenge to the guys. And I thought there were moments today where we looked like that. There were other moments where we did not. So.
Coach, what is going faster?
I've always had the mindset of, I want to try to practice at an unrealistic expectation. So that regardless of who you play or what you do, defensively you're used to operating that way. Offensively, if you need to, or if it gives you that advantage in the course of a game, that you can go to it. But if you never practice that way, it's hard to turn it on within a week. I'd rather play and practice that way, and then be able to slow down if need be, or if the situation calls for it. But there's been some, and I also believe it's starting to fit our personnel. I think there's. With some of the playmakers that we're able to add, and some of the things I think we'll be able to do, out of the backfield, on the perimeter. It leads you to be able to, I believe, play faster, and something that we're going to push towards.
When you think about inconsistent practice, was it the defense?
No, it was. And it's we'll go in and watch film, and when you take the in between the plays, when you take some of the feelings of it, it's going to probably look pretty good. But I was there, and it's like I said, what is the standard of operation, and just the sense of urgency and intensity, all that matters. And we're trying to bring game type intensity to every practice and every rep, so that we can push ourselves and continue to improve and take it to another level. And it's challenging. It's I've never been around a team that's done that perfectly, but at the end of the day, we had this moment and this opportunity. We can be better.
You went back and looked at the scrimmage film, anything in particular, anybody stand out?
I thought it was a good scrimmage. It was back and forth. There were good plays on both sides. Things that hurt the offense were easily correctable. But they also were able to put together some long drives, had some explosive plays defensively, saw guys flying around, saw good effort chasing the ball. I think we have playmakers on both sides of the ball that they have their flash moments. We're just looking for that consistency, play in and play out. But I thought it was a good first scrimmage. It really was one of the better ones that I've been around. think having the depth and the competition helps that. But yeah, it was a good scrimmage.
You guys are moving some guys around the offensive line, and some guys are new. Like, do you guys have like an internal clock when you know, like, okay, we're on track with the offensive line? Do you feel like?
I mean, it's you know, that position, you know, you're gonna have to have guys that are ready to do multiple things. And sometimes when you get like Bless, for example, Bless is playing majority right tackle. I mean, he's gonna have to be able to play other spots. You look at Darius Washington. He's saying he started at right tackle majority of the year. He's working, you know, at different spots, you know, right now. And but he's going to have to be prepared. Last year he played all five, like center too. So it's, you know, we're trying to make sure that we're working different combinations. You know, I like what I'm seeing. I like the growth of that group. But if you don't do it now, it's hard to get it all. You know, when you get to the fall like that. As long as we have, you know, that set in the fall, you know, even it doesn't have to be the first week, but I mean, just for those guys to know that continuity, we have enough returning, you know, guys that have production and experience that I mean, it'll gel well.
Anything else?
Bishop Thomas, it seems like he flashes us a lot.
Yeah, flashes me a lot too.
Further than normal freshman defensive tackle.
I really like, I mean, him, Daniel Lyons. You know, I think when you sit there, I know I mentioned Dante. Aaron Hester had a good day today in times. I saw him have those moments. But yeah, it's a good group. And you know, Bishop is definitely a very explosive player. We knew that. You know, as he was, you know, coming out of high school, you know, it's a unique situation. He had a really good junior year. You know, wasn't able to play his senior year, but we knew that we were getting a good athlete. And that's what I think is probably more impressive than anything is the time that he's had away from football to see how quick he's, you know, transition and got back in the swing of it. But I mean, he's made some great strides. You know, I'm excited about that group in particular.
All right, thank you.
They have. I mean, it's you know, when you sit there and you think about, you know, being 8 practices in when all those guys could be in the spring of their high school, you know, senior year, it's impressive. We got some really good young men. Way that they acclimated to come in, you know, they're still competing. I mean, they're still learning. I think about like Duke last year. You know, he came in and he didn't get here till the summer. You know, had you know, was not unavailable at the first part of basically the majority of camp, and then you saw him about midway through the season, and he just started building that confidence. He started his first game against Miami and played really well towards the back half of it. You know, we have these guys all 6 months earlier. And you know, they still have 6 more months to get to that point where he really came on, and so you know, I'm excited about the potential of that group.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Appreciate it.